Here at Midwifery Business Consultation, we are so excited to be expanding our services, improving the access to midwifery by getting these resources that midwives have been desperately looking for. So I wanted to put together a presentation so you can really see what Midwifery Business Consultation is all about. Our mission at Midwifery Business Consultation is to help support midwives in whatever their needs are. Some midwives, it has to do with professional development, getting that job negotiation down, figuring out their life's purpose after they've graduated as a midwife. Some midwives, it's helping with starting their private practices, expanding their private practices to the next level. Maybe there's some burnout and some pressure of a good work-life balance that needs to be supported. There's so many ways that we at Midwifery Business Consultation can help midwives in whatever capacity they need at this point in time. Our services range from two heavy focuses, starting in improving private practices and supporting midwives through burnout. I personally went through burnout in 2017, and so this is something very near and dear to my heart. So yes, part of the burnout has to do with getting the practice set up to the structure that fits their life needs and helping them through the ever-changing demands of our healthcare system. These are our consultants on our team. I'm Leslie Cornwell, the certified nurse midwife that started Midwifery Business Consultation in 2017. I am the lead consultant and I handle more of the complex business consulting services. I help birth centers out, I help private practices with new niche services, large scale franchises, funding, really just being creative on any aspect of a midwifery practice. Deidre DeGrotto has joined our team. She's a certified professional midwife and has 20 plus years being a director of an amazing midwifery co-op in Kansas. So her expertise and resources have to do with the home birth component side, team building, collaboration, really taking a home birth practice to the next level. Kristen Eggleston is a certified professional midwife that her background is with home births and birth centers. She is really strong with the technical side, the policies, the charting, the documentation, the systems of running a very successful midwifery practice. We are all here to serve you, and definitely some needs are going to be more directed to one consultant than another, but we work as a team to give you the best resources possible. There's different consulting services pathways that we offer with Midwifery Business Consultation. I would say our biggest one has to do with birth centers because there's a lot of planning involved. There is the professional side and opening the facility. There's a lot of things to think about with that as far as do you build, do you remodel, do you lease, do you buy, the birth center accreditation process, the birth center regulations, insurance contracting. Is just a larger scale business that we tend to be most utilized for midwives. We love helping out home birth practices. I stress it doesn't matter how big or small you are, everybody needs support. I have tiny Midwest Mennonite midwives that we utilize and support our services, and we have very large scale, big dream practices that are going to make amazing changes in their region. So don't ever hesitate with a home birth practice. You need just as much resources and support. There's a lot of midwives starting women's health clinics across the country, and we really enjoy helping them to narrow down their ideal clients, the services they want to offer, talking about the Affordable Care Act and insurance contracting. Each of these different practice directions have their own unique challenges and unique opportunities to talk through. My favorite one are the niche midwifery practices. I love when someone reaches out to me. I don't know if anybody's doing this yet, but I would love to create XYZ. Those are the ones that are fun because how do we create entrepreneurial spirits and get to that next level of needs? I love helping those services that are specialties, hormones, sexual health, infertility, midwives really utilizing unique aspects of their scope to fill in needs in their community. So starting a midwifery practice, there's very common things. We help to inspire what type of practice you're looking to start, what scale, the planning stages, really just diving deep into that foundation of planning, getting the business plan written, strategic planning, creating accurate fee schedules, just inspiring midwives to dream big and that it is possible to have these amazing practices from day one. There's different things with midwifery practices. Sometimes they just come to us and say, well, I want to start a midwifery practice, but I don't know what kind. I know what kind of lifestyle I want, but I really don't know what kind of practices a midwife can open. So we really do a good analysis of their goals, short-term and long-term, for professional, for personal, and see if we can construct a practice, and stressing that being a business owner is very different than being self-employed. So we really want to help midwives understand there's so many amazing structures of how you can create a midwifery practice. We help with writing the business plans, whether it's supporting the midwife through them writing it directly or us writing their business plan for them. We help with funding, we help with the Small Business Association loans and the banks and getting private investors. There's a lot of opportunities. If you have a strong business plan, there are going to be ways easily to get you funding. We help with financial projections just to see if the idea you have and the analysis for your community, it makes financial sense to start that practice. Strategic planning, really just going step by step down a timeline of when do you do this in the process, when do you open the doors, when do you get supplies, when do you hire staff, when do you do XYZ in the process. Improving private practices. This is a very popular direction with COVID and everything happening. Midwives are terribly busy. They are at a point where they're maxing out how many women they can serve. They're hiring staff. They're trying to streamline the backdrop operations of their practices so that they can focus more on the actual midwifery care and supporting their families that they serve in the community. So we're really helping with policies, protocols, getting people on the team to help delegate those specialized tasks versus the midwife is trying to be all of those roles. There's different ways we can help with midwifery practice improvement. We can help with customizing policies and procedures, training staff, hiring staff, operational systems. Business agreements are really powerful if you're thinking of adding a business partner, you're thinking of selling, you're thinking of really wanting to expand to the next level. We can help with all those in a very smart, strategic way. Our top ones that we serve are birth center practices. We can help with every aspect of you from the beginning to the end. A lot of people come to us considering selling their birth center and want to know what it's worth and how that process would look. We help with people with finding funding, getting started, reviewing floor plans, working closely with the architects, the contractors, support with the CABC accreditation process, being aware of your state regulations, hiring staff, creating the policies that are needed for not just the clinical care, but also the facility and the equality measures. Home birth practices, yes, they are smaller and they don't have nearly as encompassing things to think about like a birth center, but it's still really important to have the backdrop foundation of your midwifery practice nice and strong. So we love to help with collaborations, fee schedules, creating a business plan, taking your practice to the next level, helping you fine tune those financial agreements, those policies, just the workflow of the day-to-day operations so that you aren't doing as a midwife more and more of these things that your office manager, your birth assistant, your receptionist, so many people on your team could be helping you out with. Women's health clinics are getting more and more popular with requests for support. It's a lot of midwives that are looking for that good work-life balance. They don't want to be on call. They have a young family. They love supporting women in all aspects of care, and we have such a need across the country for more and more women's health care clinics. So there's amazing practices out there opening, specializing in primary care, specializing in GYN services, well woman, contraception. So we help a lot with the step-by-step, writing the business plan, finding the funding to get going, figuring out if they want to start solo or have a team from the beginning, helping them pick out their clinic location and what the flow of that would look like, policies and procedures specifically to a women's health clinic, hiring staff, regulatory support, marketing campaigns, making sure we help them with their ideal clients and where they want the practice to go. With a lot of women's health clinics, there's a lot of the insurance contracting. We're wanting to tap into the Affordable Care Act and really be able to serve more families. Operational support, just the day-to-day flow. What's the role of the office manager? What's the role of the MA, the RN, the people on your team, and having training manuals and step-by-step orientation process to make everyone successful from day one. So for niche midwifery practices, this is my personal favorite to support. I love to create creativity in midwives. I love to help them with services that they're not really thinking about or parts of midwifery's care that we typically don't think of as midwives. There's so many amazing certifications out there. There's midwives training ultrasounds. There's midwives doing just straight ultrasounds for their community. There are midwives doing sexual health clinics, contraception counseling, menopause, primary care, pregnancy resource centers, online support, telemedicine, helping support lactation agencies in the community, starting locum agencies for the out-of-hospital midwives, the hospital-based midwives. I mean, the sky is really the limit to what a midwife can start and do as a business. So I really love to have creative conversations with midwives. They have ideas, and let's see if we can take it to the next level. So I encourage you, whenever you're doing a business, you're starting something, that's the whole point of why I started Midwifery Business Consultation. When I had my private practice, there was so much I just didn't know with taxes, legal, financial planning, funding, business structures that were just not taught in school as midwives. So I strongly encourage each and every one of you just to reach out to us. We do 15-minute discovery calls, no strings attached, just to see if we can help you with your midwifery journey wherever you're at. If you're thinking of starting a practice tomorrow, you're thinking about starting one in a couple years, you just want some support with the current employment position you have and really expanding a side hustle, just doing something a little bit different out of your current job description. We have a lot of great resources out there, so come check out our website. These are the two websites we mainly support: Midwifery Business Consultation, which is the one we have been talking about today, but we also have another company, Empowering Midwifery Education. It has a lot of online resources and courses for clinical trainings, professional development, and business training. So maybe consultation services aren't quite where you're at, but you just want to get started. So there's a lot of great resources out there. Come check out our free blog post, our YouTube channel. We have a Facebook group. There's a lot of tools and templates you can utilize just to get started.